Wow, it's not looking too good for Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is just seeing a sell-off, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you some huge warning signals that are flashing over on the Bitcoin price, and I'm going to share with you the exact levels that we need to pay attention to in Bitcoin. And guys, we will have a look at some tweets from Patrick Bet-David. We are going to have this tweet, some bearish tweets, some other things I just want to have a talk with you about Ethereum, stablecoin dominance. Very important, guys. So let's jump straight into it. So guys, let me start off with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin just had a nice breakout out of this triangle formation, was looking pretty good, pretty strong, but, very big but, right now it's starting to look more and more weak, also as we get a big sell-off just now. So now it's going to be important for Bitcoin to hold above this zone, because if we cannot hold above this zone, this is a failed attempt of breakout, which means that we couldn't reclaim this resistance as the new support, which would mean that most likely Bitcoin will see a further correction, and it might not be that weird that Bitcoin is going to see a further correction, as we are seeing some bearish signals right here over on all the indicators. We have the momentum indicator coming down right here with the relative strength index coming from oversold conditions, wave trend indicator coming from oversold conditions. You can find this indicator for free over on whirlportal.com. Here you can see it a little bit better on the 12-hour time frame, that the green area right here right now is coming down with very high funding rates. And this goes along with bearish divergences. So yeah, guys, this is definitely one of the moments you want to pay attention to Bitcoin. And one of the moments actually that we can see a sell-off, and that's also what we can see in Ethereum, and I'm gonna explain you exactly why. Because the stablecoin dominance is one of the most important charts right now, and the stablecoin dominance is just looking very bullish. If this would be any altcoin chart or Bitcoin chart itself, I would be seeing this as a very bullish chart, because we have these bullish divergences. We got the momentum coming up right here on the 4-hour time frame, but also if we look on the daily time frame right here. So the only thing that could happen, in my opinion, which still is possible, is that we get that last dip into that support and then go up right here, which means that last rally in the Bitcoin price, and then see that correction with this bullish divergences over on the relative strength index. However, it's not guaranteed that is going to happen. We can also just go come up right here, get a big bounce, get a breather, which brings me to some other signals that we are seeing in the markets, and which is quite worrying, guys. So I don't know if you know Patrick Bet-David. He is a super famous podcaster. As you can see, almost 1 million followers. I haven't really seen him talking about Bitcoin, and I do watch his podcast now and then. And I just saw, like, okay, he is talking about Bitcoin. That's already the first sign. He's talking about Bitcoin. He's also asking with a poll, what do you think is going to happen in 2024? Well, I don't know, but I don't think all of his followers are really into crypto, because, like I said, he's not really talking that much about crypto, and he, or like most people, including me, also to see the answer, of course, because I just don't think that 10k is that likely for Bitcoin, but lower levels is definitely possible. The majority, clear majority, says $100,000, and yeah, I think that's definitely a low probability that Bitcoin is going to reach $100,000 in 2024. It's possible, it's definitely possible. I just think it is a low probability, but it already shows that the interest right now from retail, this is not exactly retail, but it are the first signs that retail is coming. We can see, for example, tweets like this. Client just sent me a screenshot from their unemployed brother-in-law. Put 100k into Bitcoin and is guaranteed to double in 12 months. Like, these are the moments you want to be very, very, very careful. This is of course nonsense, and I gotta be honest, guys, I'm also getting a lot of messages in the past week from friends that have nothing to do with crypto, and they just basically telling me, hey, I'm just gonna buy this, or like they're talking about it. It's on their radar, and that is it doesn't necessarily have to be directly a bearish thing, don't get me wrong, guys, but it is a big warning signal that retail right now is entering, because it means we are in the later stages of this rally. I personally think so. So yeah, we can also see that right now with this sell-off in Bitcoin. I hope Bitcoin can hold and we can get that last push up. I'm not praying for it, so I'm fine either way. If this thing just comes down, breaks down, it's also fine. I got a lot of stables I can deploy. If Bitcoin is going to see a correction in 2024, it's still not clear whether we're going to see a 16-year cycle or a 4-year cycle. When we see that regular 4-year cycle, yes, 2024 don't have to be that bullish, doesn't have to be that bearish either, but it can be a year of correction sideways, and then 2025 we can see the real firework again. But just in the shorter term time frame, like I've been pointing out in my previous videos as well, things are looking overheated. The funding rates are extremely high. Probably a lot of people are positioned already for that Bitcoin ETF news. We can see here a tweet from Bicentennial General saying that if you look at the open interest of coins, then it might seem that there's not much leverage, but in US dollar terms, global open interest is at an all-time high. And what he's basically saying is that the biggest derivatives contracts in crypto, Binance, Bybit, OKX, and so on, they are denominated in coins because they are linear perpetual contracts. So the number of coins right now isn't that high, but one coin is worth a lot more, which means that the US dollar in open interest is actually very high. And you guys know what the open interest does. It puts pressure on the price in either direction. So probably Bitcoin will see a very big move. Then the funding rates haven't been as high as November 2021. We can see that over on World Portal too. The funding rates are very high. So if you look at it basically from a very logical, rational perspective, right? So right here, I gotta be honest, guys, and I will admit that right here. I will always try to admit that I made a mistake right here. I thought Bitcoin could see lower levels. I was wrong, and Bitcoin just went up. Right, we did pick up our positions roughly right here, so we did profit from this rally, but not as much as just keep in position right here. So I'm just gonna be honest right here, and I'm going to be honest more in the future, and I'm going to be wrong more in the future. I'm often very wrong. I thought here Bitcoin is going to go down, but now in hindsight, guys, I can clearly see that that is not the case. Of course, with the price action, but also in terms of the, how do you call it, the technical. So right here, a lot of people were bearish, including me, but also a lot of analysts that I really look up to. Not gonna call any names, but there were a lot of people I look up to. I've learned from them when I was younger and went into crypto, and they were bearish too. So I value their opinion pretty high, so that's also something that influenced me, which is wrong, because I always should just go on with my own opinion, right? Sometimes I did have some feeling right here, okay, but what if this thing just go up, because the funding rates are low, and there are something that the premium index was negative. I can show you guys. I'm pretty sure the premium index was negative during that time. Yeah, you can see the premium index was negative. So these are technically all bullish signs. So that is the emotional state that's always so difficult, right? Okay, Bitcoin broke some key levels. Emotional state is bearish. Sentiment is bearish, dragging you down. The people I value their opinion. They are bearish, and Bitcoin is just moving sideways. So leaning more to the bearish side. But actually, if you just open the Will Portal chart right here, you would actually see that it might not be that bearish, especially right here. When the momentum was coming up right here on the 12-hour, you see the funding rates were really divided, but also negative, premium index negative. This picture, if you would take like a square of this picture, then you can actually, if you put emotion completely aside, you can say like, okay, actually it's looking more bullish than bearish. Definitely. But right now, we are seeing the exact opposite picture. Right, we got positive premium, positive funding. We have the momentum coming down right here, making lower highs coming down. So this is also what I'm trying to say right here. Like right now, everyone is bullish and it feels like market is really bullish, sentiment is really bullish. But we literally got the opposite signs as we got right here. So maybe the market is not that bullish right now. Maybe the market needs a correction, right? It's definitely possible. We got something from Kramer. He said that you can't kill Bitcoin and Bitcoin is here to stay. That is really not good when Kramer says these things, because Kramer, this is actually a nice meme. That's a nice asset you've got there. Would be a shame if I were to speak positively about it. Because you know what happens every time a Jim Cramer speaks positive about something, it goes the opposite direction. And when Jim Cramer speaks never negative about something, it also goes the opposite direction. Guys, I want to urge every single one of you, by the way, follow me over on Twitter. I'm sharing there also trades or updates that we did over on Will Alert. Sometimes I share it there a little bit later. But yeah, sometimes you still have time to enter if you're not a part of Will Alert. So if you are interested, follow me over on Twitter. I just do share some extra information over there. Also, when we go live on YouTube, I share it over on Twitter. And guys, I also still, and this is actually, I'm actually very happy with this. We just finished the best month of our community from like the month of December 2023 from the past 12 months. Guys, this is personally very insane to see. We had like roughly 50,000 views during the month of December, and that's just beautiful. Very beautiful that we are growing, because the more we grow, the stronger the community can become, the better products we can launch, the better data I can provide, the better videos I can make. So this is just a really good sign that we are on a good path. So I'm very happy with this, and I want to thank you all guys, because this is only possible with you, and it's only possible with you guys tuning in with your coffee, looking at these videos, also dropping likes, leaving the comments. This is all just very much appreciated. And yeah, I'm sorry, excuse me, I couldn't do this without you. So this is basically thanks to every single one of you from the bottom of my heart for all your support during this time. And let's make January even better, guys. We onto something. Let's do this thing. Then let's go to the stablecoin dominance. And yeah, like I said in the intro as well, this chart, to me personally, is looking very, very bullish. And that is just something also that is a bit sketchy, because Bitcoin is coming down, Bitcoin is overheated, sentiment is very bullish. But this chart is actually looking bullish, which has an inverse correlation with Bitcoin. So when this thing takes off right here, which is not doing it yet, but as you can see, is basically setting up to take off. We've not done that yet. Then we can see maybe a big correction in Bitcoin, and maybe even a bigger correction than you might think. And I'm not saying that it is 100% going to happen, but I'm just saying we are seeing the first signals right now. And to me, it starts all with World Portal. We got opposite signals as we had right here at the lows. Who knows? We don't know where we are right now. We don't know if there's a big recession coming in 2024. We don't know if we're right in front of a massive bull market. We don't know if we're right in front of a blow off top. We don't know what the Bitcoin ETF is going to do. If it's going to drive liquidity, or if it's just a sell the news event, or whether it is being made to manipulate Bitcoin. Guys, I don't know, but I feel like there hasn't been a more uncertain time in crypto than right now. Prices have been going up, so the trend is definitely very strong to the upside. However, we are seeing some signs that things are getting exhausted, and maybe the majority of the market participants are already skilled into Bitcoin. But then, yeah, who knows? The only thing that I can say, guys, is if I look at this from a rational point of view, if I'm just looking at from the statistics from World Portal, then yes, of course, it's always possible that Bitcoin continue to climb higher. It's Bitcoin, can be unpredictable, and in some cases, at some moments, you can throw all the indicators out of the window, because Bitcoin just does what it wants to do. But if we look at the indicators and if we look at everything, then yeah, these are definitely levels where we could see a big correction from, big reset. especially if we would have a regular 4-year cycle. 2024 might then not be too bullish. So guys, that is how I look at the markets right now. I think the higher probability outcome is a correction. The lower probability outcome is another rally. But still, if we get that last rally, it might be one last push before then getting a correction. So I think personally we're very close to a shakeout or correction for the true hodlers that hodl for the long term time frame for the next coming years. I don't think you generally or necessarily have to do anything, but for the traders, better be careful right now to long or to short with this high open interest, or if you know the direction. Of course, these are actually unique opportunities or moments to open your positions, because Bitcoin will get a massive move very, very soon with these high open interest and these high funding rates. Then guys, I want to urge every single one of you, if you haven't done so already, watch this video. Bybit easiest scalping strategy for BTC US dollar Tether. Guys, I'm explaining in this video exactly how I make on a day-to-day basis small money in crypto, and I do that using the Will Portal platform, and I do that over on the 5-minute time frame. And here I basically look for entries and exits, and it's not a strategy that will have a 100% win rate, but it's definitely a strategy that will have a very high win rate if you understand it correctly. You can basically, depending on your equity that you are using, right? If you are using $1,000, you can easily make $100 a day, maybe even $200 bucks, depending on the opportunities as well, depending on the risk to reward ratios. But if you have higher equity, or if you feel confident with the strategy, you can like up the equity, up the order size, and make way more. So I definitely do this quite often, and I do this sometimes with small amounts of money, sometimes with bigger, depending on my conviction, depending on my emotional state, depending on the rest, depending on my confidence. There's so many factors that are playing a role in how to make trading decisions, right? If I'm super tired, some heavy emotional things happen, I don't really like to touch that many trades. If I'm very well rested, I feel good, I feel confident, that's time I would like to be a little bit more aggressive when trading. So you got to take this into consideration as well, your emotional state. But if we look at this pure from a technical standpoint, this is a very good video, very unique video, explaining you exactly how you can use Will Portal for scalping to make on a day-to-day basis money with only the Bitcoin US dollar Tether contract. But you can use, of course, every contract that we have over on Will Portal. You can, if you don't find any opportunities on Bitcoin, you might have some on Ethereum, or you might have some on Chainlink, Solana, Polygon, or the Arbitrum, Ripple, Cardano, BNB. I can't make it that crazy, guys, but it is a very good trading strategy. Might even be one of the best trading strategies out there for scalping, and it can definitely give you a active daily income. So better watch the video, guys. Highly recommend it. And of course, I want to mention it. If you are looking for an exchange to trade Bitcoin, pick Bybit, BingX, or BitGet. I would highly recommend Bybit. Bybit is by far the best exchange out there. And I would also recommend for you and the benefits to join with the affiliate link down below. Because if you join Bybit with the affiliate link down below, you can get access to Will Alerts, which is the private Telegram channel where you receive extra information on the cryptocurrency markets. We did some nice trades over there last week. We started the year pretty good. For example, we did a nice trade on Ethereum. We entered right here the moment we broke out, and we had these 3 targets. We hit all the targets right here, and then you can see Ethereum came back down. Maybe we still go back up right here. I'm quite bullish on Ethereum, but maybe the market first needs a flush. But yeah, this was one of the trades that we've been sharing over there. So if you are interested in that, make sure to join Bybit and submit your user ID on willportal.com, email address and Telegram handle. We'll check from our side whether you meet the deposit requirements, whether you had opened your first trade, and so on. And if yes, we'll put you into that private Telegram channel. And next to having access to the private Telegram channel, you'll also get a deposit bonus up to $30,000 on Bybit. On BingX and BitGet it's different. And if you are looking for an exchange without any KYC, then go to BingX, because BingX is one of the only exchanges where you can go to if you want to have an exchange without KYC and you want to have a centralized exchange, so not a decentralized exchange. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. Wish you a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.